Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see from the start here, they're looking at the PSA website, and I'll leave you a link in the description to the specific piece that I'm going to focus on. It looks like the content gods, once again, praise to the content gods, but it looks like even coming off yesterday, just for the hell of it, I decided to do the CSG thing just because I figured, all right, well, they're going to extend the special. I thought that'd be good, a good thing to let people know about. And then today we get PSA, again, with their random cadence, and I can assure you it is random cadence. I reached out a little bit and no one else saw this coming, maybe outside of the building, but here we are. Apparently we've got a grading special that I'm going to look at here. So PSA Collectors Club exclusive, $15 grading special on modern sports cards. So it is specific. So let's have a look at it. So this is a 10 card minimum, $15 a card. And if any of you have watched the live stream this past week, I had a couple of separate questions about relating to the pricing of PSA, and I figured they would go to about 15. I still think the bulk rate will eventually settle in the 10 or 12 range, but I don't have a timeline on that. My guess was the next price change, and it was funny because I don't remember the way the question was phrased, but it was phrased like, when do you think the next price decrease is going to come? I figured the new year, actually, is what I was thinking. And here we are, November the 1st, and here it is in front of us, at least from a special perspective, and again, focusing in on modern sports cards. So specifically 1996 to present, declared value $199, which is kind of what I mentioned before. I figured that $199 is going to remain in place. If there is eventually a lower price, I still think the $99 one may become a thing, maybe around the $10 range. But $15, $199 declared value, maximum, 1996 to present, regular small size cards, you have to have the Collectors Club membership, 120-day estimated turnaround time. So they exclude supersize, T3 jumbo, packs, coins, pins, etc. What's funny is that, T3 is not exactly going to fit under modern, but nonetheless, they do include the exclusions there, dual service, etc. But $15 a card, 10 card minimum for bulk modern. Now, truthfully, there isn't too much in terms of analysis that you can do on this. Really what it comes down to is it seems that for whatever volume they've been able to take in, they've decided that they can take in more. And they've decided that in order to keep the wheels moving, and that's really what we're talking about. We're always talking about keeping the wheels moving. In order to keep the wheels moving with the amount of capacity they do have available to them, it is important for them to keep getting stuff in. And you got to remember when it comes to a lot of this stuff, as long as, really what it comes down to is this for me, as long as they're able to maintain that 120 calendar days or better, ideally you want to shoot for 120, you say 120 and then you get it out the door in 3 months or less. But if you're able to manage that, well then great, fine. $15 a card. Again, that opens up a little bit of possibility. And one of the discussion points we had on the live stream was, oh, well, who cares about $2 or $3? It's like, well, the thing is, when you're talking about bulk, even if I stick to the 10 card minimum, that is $30. 18 versus 15, that is $30 savings. Well, that right there could cover your shipping or the majority of your shipping or, insurance or whatever. But the point is that people, especially the more stuff you send in, that small difference, the $3 or $4 difference, starts to add up very quickly. And like I said, at $15 a card, there's certain cards that suddenly become viable that even at $20 or even at $18, we're like, if it's borderline, suddenly $15 it becomes a little more viable. That's the reason why I say that I believe that at some point we'll get closer down to that $10 level because that opens up a whole variety of different things. And it specifically for folks that are doing set registry, specifically for folks that are doing more PC related stuff that maybe they're not in a hurry to get the card back. And this is always a key because a lot of folks always tout how PSA is always generally much slower in bringing stuff back comparatively to some of the other competitors in the space. Because like we talk about on the live stream all the time and on the channel, SGC has got really super quick turnaround times. So if it's just about turnaround time, SGC is a very viable and solid option. Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? But at the same time, it's if you've got a little bit of patience and if this is the direction you want to go, $15 a card is pretty good. I gave you the CSG video yesterday because at the same time I figured, well, $10.80 per card, that's even better, right? If it's just PC stuff only. So there is a use case for this for sure. And $15 a card makes it a little bit more interesting. Again, percentage basis. But at the same time, it is interesting that PSA would decide to do that. The timing on it is interesting. We're November the 1st. I guess I can't speak for them, but I know that this is the fiscal new year for me at work. So maybe fiscal new year has something to do with it. I'm not sure what PSA's fiscal year looks like, but it'd be kind of interesting. Maybe they're trying to get a little bit of a boost in revenue to start the beginning of the new fiscal year. So I don't know. That's just a guess on my part. Otherwise, it's kind of random. But here we are, November the 1st. We've got a $15 bulk special coming up here. I don't have any indication here on the timing on that, but we'll see. And obviously, that's going to probably carry over. I've already reached out to PSA Canada and my folks there to see what that's going to look like. Funny enough, that's kind of in time for Expo, but at the same time, now they're going to have to scramble to readjust prices because I think, like I said, this is a bit of a surprise to a number of us as far as that's concerned. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Under normal circumstances, if you're not going to go through a bulk submitter, you're looking at Collectors Club membership in order to have it, which is pretty standard by it. So if you've got the Collectors Club membership, this will be available to you. So curious, similar to what I asked yesterday, curious if this moves the needle for you at all. If you're a person, maybe your bulk submitter can obviously give you a better rate as well. But if you're a person who submits normally through PSA and it is something that you do, does the extra $3 make any difference to you? Does it open up certain cards that now suddenly you look at and go, okay, I'm willing to send in this card in now, where at $18 or $20, it was a little bit too high for me to do that. So I'd be curious a little bit about that. And then in the same vein, do you think we see any other, between any of the major third-party graders, do we see any more price adjustments or any more specials before the end of the year? I'd be curious to see what your thoughts are on that. Anyway, more videos coming up on the channel. Live stream coming up on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time as usual. We'll talk about whatever's going on hobby-wise. With the way it's going, you never know. Anyway, so that's it for me this time around. Thanks very much. We'll catch you in the next one.